Hello everyone. Today we are discussing about a very interesting topic, which is the theory of Lamarckism. It was proposed by a French scientist named Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. Although it's not accepted today, but it's played a big role in shaping the concept of evolution. Here is the key point of this session. So I would request you everyone to make a note of this key point. Okay, so let's start by getting to know who is Lamarck. Lamarck was a French biologist who lived in more than 200 years ago. He thought about how species changed over time. He first proposed that the basic model of theory of evolution. At the time, most of the people believed that species never changed, but Lamarck told that species do change and that changes happen because of how organisms interact with their environment. Although in later part, this theory was replaced by Darwin's theory. So now we will see what is Lamarckism. So the Lamarckism is a big idea, which is if an organism changes during its lifetime to adapt to its environment, those changes can be passed down to its children. That is the inheritance of acquired characteristics. But think about it. If you worked out every day and got super strong, Lamarck believed that your baby might be born a little bit stronger. So let's see how that played out in this theory. So the Lamarckism has two key concepts. One is the use and disuse of organ, and the another one is the inheritance of acquired trait. So the Lamarckism has two main parts. First, the idea of use and disuse organ, which says if you use a part of your body a lot, it gets stronger, and if you don't use, it gets weaker, kind of like muscle. The second one is the Lamarck belief that inheritance of acquired traits. So, if a bird keeps using its wings to fly long distance, the next generation might have stronger wings. What do you think? Can it really pass on? Okay, so now we'll see the classic example of the Lamarckism. This is the classic example of Lamarckism, where the Lamarck thought that the giraffe originally had short neck but kept stretching to reach high leaves. Because of this constant reaching, their necks grew longer, and these longer necks were passed on their babies. Over time, we get long-necked giraffe, which we see today. Now we can see the difference of Lamarckism versus Darwinism. Here is the helpful comparison between the Lamarck's idea and the Darwin's idea. Lamarck thought that the environment caused direct changes that got inherited. Darwin, on the other hand, said nature selected the trait that helped an organism survive better. So Lamarck saw the evolution as a quick response, while Darwin saw it is as a slow process over generation. Now we can see that why Lamarckism was rejected. Eventually, scientists found that trait you gain in your lifetime, like learning on a bike ride and building a muscle, are not passed down your gene. The scientist August Weismann made a mouse tail experiment where he found that acquired traits do not affect the genetic material and are not inherited, which did not support Lamarck's theory. When the concept of genetics come into the picture, so the scientists realized that there had a different explanation how traits were passed on. Now we can see the modern view of epigenetics. The modern science has discovered something called epigenetics, which shows that your environment can affect how genes are expressed, even if the genes themselves don't change. For an example, stress or diet might affect how certain genes work in your body, even in your children. It's not Lamarckism, but it shows he was not entirely wrong. He said the environment can shape traits. That is all about the journey of Lamarckism. Now I am happy to take question from your end, or you can share your thoughts as a suggestion.